Hey fellow garage golfers, rolling here with Garage Golf, where we provide extraordinary golf info for the extraordinary golfer. Here with Danny and Gilbert. You see we're here at Club Champion. We're going to be doing a full bag fitting today for Gilbert and for Danny from both a high handicap and a lower handicap perspective. Why don't you all come inside and join us for the ride. And now, meet the testers. Here's today's tell of the tape. Alright, so before we get into this video in too much depth, I want to break down just a few things for you. This is a whole lot of footage. In fact, this is probably over 5 hours of footage altogether that I'm going to try to break down into a video that's going to be condensed as short as possible for you guys at home. Obviously, I want to give you a lot of info as far as what to expect if you were to go through a Club Champion fitting without giving you too much info where it's too long for you to want to view the entire video. So just kind of bear with me a little bit there. I want to break down to you that I'm going to go more into detail with Danny's iron shots and his driver shots. And with Gilbert, I'm going to go through his entire full putter fitting that he did as well. Some of that is because some of Gilbert's data was lost during this process as we went through the entire video process. And also, just so you're aware at home, this is a 3.5 hour bag fitting altogether. So Club Champion does give you the option to break that down into possibly 2 sessions, which I will strongly recommend for you guys at home. We've all gone through this club fitting now here at Garage Golf. And after you swing 50 to 75 shots with either your irons or your driver, you can get gas pretty easily. So I do recommend that you break it down into 2 different sessions as you're going through that process, just so you're aware. And also just because that way you have more time and more focus on figuring out what clubs exactly that you want to narrow down, focus on, and really line up and fine-tune for your specific golf game. So again, getting back to this video, I'm going to go through a whole lot of stuff with Danny. I'm going to go through a few things with Gilbert as far as the difference between the philosophies of the 2 fitters that we had test out, just to kind of give you an idea. And I'm going to break down Gilbert's full putter fitting, which out of all the fittings altogether, the putter fitting was by far my favorite format in this whole process, just so you're aware. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I look forward to bringing it to you, and let us know if you have any questions. Thanks again.
Hey fellow garage golfers, it's me, Danny. I'm here with Rod at Club Champions, where today we're going to get a full bag fitting for a lower handicap golfer's perspective. Rod, anything in particular we're looking for today?
No, I'd like to welcome you, first of all, to
Thank
Club
you.
Champion San Antonio. Thanks for coming out and taking the time to do this. So, you know, when we go through a full bag fitting is very rigorous, number one. Number two, you know, we're going to go through every club. And if there's a club that we have a little bit more emphasis on and we're okay with one, fine. I kind of take your lead only because if there's a need for your bag and for your game, I want to be able to address it. So in some cases, it's not always every club, but you know, sometimes it's like, hey, everything in the bag. So what we typically do is we sit down or we stand like this and we talk about, you know, what our goals are, right? So I'd ask you, Danny, what is your goal today for this fitting?
Okay. Well, to be honest, Rod, I think the clubs I do have, I've had for about 5 years. And 5 years ago, I was a 20-plus handicap golfer. And when I purchased these clubs, it was kind of an accident. I actually purchased a different style of club. The manufacturer no longer made those. Sent me over these and said, hey, we'll swap you straight up for it.
Yep.
I looked at them, and the first thing I noticed is that they were more blade style than the cavity back that I had anticipated getting.
Oh, yeah, no.
And so it took probably a few years to get used to the clubs I have now.
Okay.
And so I truly don't know. I know these clubs are also bent in a certain direction.
Sure.
And I also know that their lie angles are not as strong as some of the other newer clubs out there. And so my goal is to really figure out, should I be swinging a blade style club like this? Should I have something that's going to help me get the ball higher, further with each one of my irons?
Right.
Along with the lie angle, I'm not exactly sure what my true lie angle is either. I don't know weight, size, face, that kind of thing. So to me, it's almost like getting a new set of clubs all over again because I really never got fitted originally, and I know these clubs weren't for me in the beginning either. So it's more of a gauntlet of things. I have learned to hit into them. I have learned to get down to a lower handicap. But I don't know if it's what's best for me. Maybe I could be better. Is the big thing.
All right, guys, this is Gilbert with Garage Golf. I'm here with Mike from Club Champions. We're about to start doing our session. Mike, what can you tell me about what we're looking for here?
So we're looking for several different things. We're looking to get you in a new set of clubs and getting you playing better golf at the end of the day.
Okay, perfect.
Big picture, getting you hit it more, less dispersion, hitting it further, and playing better golf and shooting lower scores.
Okay, everybody knows that I need help with that. If you're ready, sir, let's get started.
Okay. So usually when we go through a fitting, we always have a sit down. We kind of talk about what you're looking to accomplish today. So what are your goals with a new set of clubs?
So I have trouble getting the ball in the air sometimes.
Okay.
So I'm looking for that. I am also looking to maybe try to hit the ball a lot straighter.
Okay.
And then, something I put down behind the ball that I feel confident with.
Okay.
And then for a driver standpoint, I really struggle with that. So I'm looking for something that will help me out, something to help me stop with that heavy slice that I have.
Okay. So where have you gotten clubs in the past?
So I usually go to Golf Galaxy or Golfsmith when we just go picked up something off the rack, stuff like that. So right now I'm playing with a Ping G.
Okay.
Those are my irons that I use. And then I have TaylorMade M2, the set model. Like I said, I just pulled it off the rack. I'm a higher handicap golfer. I hardly get to play, but when I do get to play, I want to be competitive with the guys I play with.
Absolutely. So what makes us different than Golf Galaxy, PJ Superstore, Golfsmith, is we're going to fit shaft individually. So that way, when you're fitting a shaft, you got to find the right bend profile, the right weight, the right flex. And not every brand's the same. So, you buy a pair of shoes, Nike, you might wear size 12. Adidas, you might wear size 11. Doesn't necessarily mean either one's right or wrong. It's about what size fits you. So that's what we're going to find out, shaft first. That way, when we find the right shaft, I can pretty much put any head on there, and you're going to play better golf.
Okay.
At the same time, though, I don't want you to put something down and go, hey, this doesn't look good.
Yes.
You mentioned the confidence. I want you to have confidence in what you're playing. If you don't like the way something looks, we're already behind the 8 ball at that point.
All right.
And you're already not liking something, and you're already not having the confidence there. The process for irons is shaft first, then the head.
Okay.
Process the same for the driver. Shaft first, then the head. We'll circle back to your goals with driver here in a little bit because we're going to start with irons today.
Sounds great.
So our normal process is irons, then we'll do wedges, then driver, fairway wood, and hybrid. We'll throw putter in there. At one point, we might, if you get a little tired or we want to do putter at the end. Does that matter? We'll go over a little bit more on putter coming soon towards the end when we're actually on the putting green.
Sounds great.
For your reference, this is about a 5-year-old club. It is the Cobra Amp. I believe it's about 5 or 6 years old. I got it about that long ago. It's more of a non-player improvement, more for lower handicap golfers. But as I mentioned, I had to learn how to hit these. So early on, it was not great. But we'll see what the swing speed is, or not the swing speed, but we'll see how the feel is with some new clubs coming at you. Thanks.
All right, so here's Danny's gamer here. He just hit his initial shots. This is his baseline that he established. And here you see his trajectory out of the shots that he created. And you can kind of get an idea on yardage, miles per hour, club speed. I'll leave this here on the screen for you guys to check out. But the initial whole part of this process is for him to establish a baseline, which he's done now with his current irons, which again are going to be the Amp Forge irons. And it's an 80 gram KBS shaft that he currently has on these. As you see, his furthest shot went about 175 yards per carry, 182 rollout. And here you see his dispersion circle here.
So next shaft, we're going to keep the same head, right, for consistency. Next shaft we're going to be using is Oban, or if you want to be a snob about it, Oban.
Okay, Oban. Gotcha. I like
Scotch,
Oban.
right?
Yeah, I like Oban.
So this is the CT 115 a little bit less in weight, right?
Okay.
Again, just trying to play with that weight, see what's going to be optimal, what's going to feel good to you, what's going to give us the good numbers. Stiff flex again.
Okay.
Length has not changed, so we're going to see what this does.
Awesome.
Good.
So just in the interest of trying to keep this video as short as possible, I will tell you that Danny tested out probably 5 or 6 shafts altogether, and it came back that the Oban CT115 stiff was the best shaft for him. So what we did now is we started going through different club head testing. As you see, tested out the G425, the JPX 921, but you just saw him test out the Cobra Forge again, this time with the Oban CT115 stiff. So let me show you on the report. Here you're going to see Danny's gamer club, what he started with and what we just went over. And here you're going to see him in the same exact head that he was using, and now in the Forge Tech, but now with that Oban shaft. So here you see the discrepancy as far as the difference in where we're at. So let's look at his best shot with his gamer. He was 91 miles per hour with his club head speed, 123 with his ball head speed, smash factor of 1.34, which is all what we're looking at. 63.87 for the spin rate, 175 for the carry, and 182 for his total yards. And as you see, he's going to be a little bit left of his target line with all the shots that he took. Now, if we were to shift it over to his best shot with the Cobra Forge Tech with the Oban CT115 stiff shaft, you're going to see all of his numbers went up. 95.4 with his club speed, 128.5 with his ball speed, smash factor 1.35, 6,000 for his spin rate, 185 total carry, 194 total rollout. And you're going to see his discrepancy as far as his target. He had one right of target, but this is going to be a little bit tighter dispersion as well with that club. So Danny's going to go through and test out all the different clubs now using the same Oban shaft, and I'll come back with you here with some final numbers to kind of show you a little bit more about what we found out about Danny's swing.
All right,
what do we got going on
we're
here?
So we found our shaft, right? Yep. We went through that, Oban CT115.
Yep.
New head.
Okay.
So we're going to give you a little bit more forgiveness.
Okay.
This is the Ping G425. Plenty of forgiveness. Weighted for a higher MOI, right? You got the tungsten weight here at the end to counter the weight back here.
Sure.
Try to get us as stable and as square as possible, right?
Okay.
So stronger lofts again. Forgiveness, that's kind of the idea. Let's see what it does up against the, my hope is this, that we get, a little bit more efficiency. If we gain more yards, then, that kind of is what it is, right? But the efficiency and then maintaining our spin and our height.
Great.
Okay?
Let's check it out.
So now what we did at this point was we started to change some heads, as you see now in this most recent video. So one of the first heads that Danny tried, besides the Forge Tech, is the Ping G425. And I'm going to compare that side by side with the gamer that you saw him bring in. So we'll take a look at those numbers. Now here again, you see his gamer, and we have a baseline of 91.9 for club speed, 123.4 for ball speed, 63.87 for the spin rate, and that's kind of what we're going to be looking at to see where we're at. 175.7 and 182.2 for the carry. So now if we look at the pings, and we'll see his best shot there, we have 95.1 for the club speed, 130.7 for the ball speed, 53.01 for his spin rate. So his spin rate went down a bit on that, and if you look at his average shots, he didn't get a spin rate number above, well, he did. He got one at 66.20. So the spin rate definitely went down a bit, and that could be based upon different lofts as well. But his carry went up to 193.7, and his total went up to 202.4. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to continue to go through this process with Danny until we find the ideal head now for that ideal shaft that we found. So we'll go ahead and speed this up a little bit, and I'll bring you back here at the end to kind of give you an idea on what worked best for Danny's swing.
So I'm gonna try out the Cobra Rad Speed. Looks pretty neat. I like the yellow print on it. Let's check it out.
Is that fitting outtakes? Yeah.
Ooh, connect. There it is. Yep. Ooh.
All right, and altogether, including the gamer that Danny hit that he brought with him, we tested out 4, 5, 6, 7 total different club heads, including the last one that you just saw, which was the Rad Speed. So now, if I go back, you're going to see a massive dispersion circle here of all the different clubs that he tested, including his gamer where he started, and well as all the other clubs as well that he tested out. But let me show you the one that was the winner, which was the Rad Speed, and I'll take everything else off here just so you can see. But it's pretty cool. As you can tell, you can go and actually look at each individual shot and see what you're looking at there. So now, let's compare his gamer, I'll take this one off here, with the final selection, which he felt was the best option for him with that Rad Speed. And let's just see what we're looking at again. We'll look at his best shot, 91.9, 123.4, total carry 175 with a total rollout of 182. That's his gamer. Let's look at his best shot now with the Rad Speed. 92.3, 131.8 ball speed. His smash factor is considerably higher at 1.43%. And they're looking at a number that's close to 1.45 is what we'd like to be ideally with that smash factor. Spin rate of 5,500, total carry of 194 with a total rollout of 204.2. And here you see all of his shots. His worst shot was very considerable to what he averaged with his gamer when he first came in. But pretty much every other shot beyond that was much, much better overall. So this is the final selection that Danny went with, which is the Cobra Rad Speed head with the Oban CT115 shaft, and overall altogether night and day difference from what he started with his gamer to what he ended up with overall. So Danny's really, really happy with that selection, and I think that's going to help to improve his golf game significantly. Now, after he tested the clubs, they also tested his lie angle as well on a lie board and determined that he's going to need to be more of a standard lie. Right now, his clubs were 2-degree upright, so that was definitely another difference that probably wasn't fit for him very well. So he's going to be more of a standard lie on his irons with his selection moving forward. Let's take you to the driver now. We'll follow a very similar set of circumstances. I'll kind of walk you through that a little bit more briefly on this one as well. And then we'll get to Gilbert's putter fitting here in the end. And as we discussed, you'll see Danny here hitting some shots with his hybrid. And the same testing process went through this whole entire thing, whether it be hybrid or wedges. You're going to establish a baseline with your current club and then test it out against others. So we'll go into that here briefly for you guys. And here you see Danny hitting some shots with his gamer driver as well. So I'm going to take you to his numbers with his gamer driver so we can establish that baseline. And as you can see, as we talked about in the video, Danny did test out several wedges as well as 3 hybrids as well, and ultimately selected something that was best for him. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to focus on the driver and the irons, which were the main point of focus for both of them moving forward, as Danny has an amp cell that he absolutely loves, and one that both of him and I have been using in different colors, of course, back in the day for over 5 years now. So definitely we liked our hybrids, and he was looking mainly for at a new set of irons and also a new driver. So he came in with his gamer, which is also a Cobra amp cell driver with a 65-gram Fujikura fuel shaft. And here's the numbers that you'll see from his gamer this is what we're going to use to establish his baseline with that driver, as you can see here. So I'll take you up to the top, and you'll be able to see his dispersion circle here. And Danny's a really good driver. He has good swing speed, good club head speed. Let's see if it was picking up his club head speed or not. Here's a shot here. 118 miles per hour for Danny's club head speed, so obviously well above average. Ball speed at 169.9, spin rate 3220, 274 carry for a 298 total rollout. Height 72 feet maximum, launch angle 5.6 degrees. So we have a good baseline here for his driver, obviously. And we're going to test that out now side by side, just like before with the irons, with a couple of different options. I'll show you a little bit about what he did with his swings, and I'll come back and ultimately give you his final decision as far as what he was able to go with. And he did find something that was actually able to beat his gamer, which is good, which I'll share with you here shortly in a few minutes.
That happens?
So as you saw from the video, Danny tried out the Rad Speed, which flew off his club head, which was incredible. And luckily no one was injured with that, which is great. As well as the Sim 2 Max. I want to show you both of those numbers. With both of those clubs, he was using the Oban Devotion 65 stiff shaft. So he was testing out that shaft to see what his thoughts are and what the numbers look like. So you'll see the Rad Speed down here as far as total numbers, averages, 112.8, 161 ball speed, 1.43 smash factor, 36.83 for the spin rate, launch angle of 7.6, 258 and 277.5 total for carry and total distances. And if we look at the sim, we got 112.9, 160.9. So the club head speed was 1.1 higher. Ball speed was slightly lower. 1.42 smash factor. We had a launch angle of 9.9, so that ball was getting well up there, versus 7.6 with the Rad Speed. We had 42.98 for an average spin rate versus 36.83, so a whole lot more spin there. 254 carry and 266 total. So that was not a good driver for him when he was testing it out. And here you're going to see the dispersion circles between his gamer, which is here in the middle. And this is going to be the Sim Max 2 or Sim 2 Max. And then here you're going to see the Rad Speed. So overall, so far, we're having the Rad Speed as one of our best options here that we're looking at. But Danny's going to continue to test out some different shafts and clubs, and I'm going to come back to you and ultimately give you Danny's final decision. All right, so in total, Danny tried out over 7 different driver combinations. You see the Rad Speed, we have the Sim 2 Max with the Devotion. We went up 10 grams with the Devotion and tried the Rad Speed again, as well as the Sim 2 Max. Ultimately, Danny decided, and they, together with his fitter, they came up with the best option, which was the Ventus Black 6X, which was the best option for him with his driver swing. And with that option, he tried the Sim 2 Max again, as well as the Epic Max from Callaway, which was the final shots that you saw him. And ultimately, this was the best option for Danny altogether. So you're going to take a look at the numbers here and kind of get an idea with the average. 119.4 club speed versus 169.4 ball speed. 1.42 smash factor with a 10.1 launch angle. Spin rate's pretty good at 3,098. Total carry, 284.9, so getting a much better total carry there. 304.4 for total distance, height of 109, negative 1.5 attack angle, and a negative 1.9 club path. So now let's compare that to his gamer here, and we'll look at that side by side with his dispersion circles. So you're going to see not only is he driving the ball further, he's also getting a lot more carry distance as well, and we're seeing a dispersion circle that if he's going to miss it, he's going to miss it either left or right. But you're seeing consistent distances here, close to that 300 range. His best shot overall, 121.3 ball speed, 169.8. 121.3 club speed, 169.8 ball speed, sorry for that. 1.40 smash factor, 288.4 carry, 307 total. Whereas his best shot with his current gamer, 279.8 carry, 294 total. So you're obviously seeing the appeal of getting fitted for clubs here. I mean, Danny obviously had a considerable distance change in his carry as well as total distance. We're seeing a good spin rate for him. We're seeing a tighter dispersion circle for him. So overall, really, really impressed with this process, and they're really able to narrow down what you're looking for, what your weaknesses are, and what you need to work on as far as what's going to be the best specific shaft and club combination for you through the Club Champion process. Overall, really, really impressed. Let's take you to Gilbert now with a little bit of what he did, as well as taking you to Gilbert's entire putter fitting now, so I can show you how they actually spend a lot of time working with you on dialing in your putter as well. And here you see Gilbert as well going through a very similar process as Danny, ultimately picking both his iron and driver, which I'll put up on the screen here in just a moment. He also tested his hybrid and wedges, which they went into briefly, but mainly their main point of focus for this entire fitting was to get fitted for their irons and their driver. So Gilbert had a very similar experience, but now I want to take you to Gilbert's full putter fitting and give you more info on that as well. So before I take you to Gilbert's putter fitting, let's go over his final selection. So for his irons, he actually went with the Cobra Rad Speed, which was a big winner today, obviously, with the Aerotech 80-gram stiff shaft. And for his driver, he went with the Ping G 425 LST with the Nemesis 65-gram stiff shaft. And altogether, Gilbert had a really, really good fitting as well. Again, just for the purpose of saving some time with the video, I'm going to share Gilbert's full putter fitting, and I wanted to share Danny's full iron and driver fittings with you just so you have an idea on how it went. Plus, we did lose a little bit of data with Gilbert's stuff, and no fault of Club Champions, really more of our own, but wanted to kind of share everything with you. Gilbert had a phenomenal experience, and again, something I can't stress enough is no matter your handicap level, make sure you get yourself fitted for a new pair of clubs. If you're going to invest the money to do it, make sure that you invest it wisely, and I think that a good full club fitting will definitely help your game out. Gilbert saw some pretty good distance increases and some good numbers that really helped him out through this process. So let's go ahead and take you now to Gilbert's full putter fitting, give you an idea on how that worked. I thought that was overall one of my favorite parts of this entire process.
All right, guys. So we finished with my irons and wedges, so we moved on to the putter. So we're going to be going ahead and doing a putter fitting. So what entails?
We're going to hook you up to Science in Motion, Sam Putt Lab. Reads everything you want to know about your stroke. Probably some stuff you don't want to know about it also. But it also tells us exactly what type of putter do you need. Do you need a face balance putter, a mallet, blade, what type of grip, loft, lie, length, everything. Now, that being said, it's not going to spit out you need a Scotty Cameron just like this. It's going to tell me, hey, you need a mallet, hypothetically, a mallet with face balance. Okay, that's cool. Every brand's got one. Which one looks and feels best to you? Then we're going to make this putter, when you leave today, better. That way, when you are, in the meantime, while you're waiting on your new putter, you're going to putt better. Or we're going to find out today, hey, this putter's really good. Here's why. Or we're going to make it a little bit better with a different loft and lie adjustment, and you walk out the door having the best putter for you. So let's kind of talk about your current putter.
Yeah.
So what we look for before we even hook you up to Sam is we're going to look at already got the loft and the lie. We're going to look at what type of putter you have. So you have a mallet putter, face balance. We have the length. This is designed for, quote unquote, a straight back, straight through. It's not that simple anymore. You already have a bigger grip on there. Yeah. So I've already taken all that into effect and going to type that into my computer, and we're going to hook you up to the machine. You're going to find the perfect putter for you, but using yours as a baseline.
Okay.
So let me hook you up to the machine, and we'll get started.
All right.
All right. You're going to make the putt. You're going to miss short or go long?
Long.
Long. Okay. So knowing that kind of gives me some feedback of what you're seeing outside. Now it's just, we're going to make sure Sam Putt's seeing the same thing and find exactly what we need. So if you can come line up for me here and keep that flush against that little brick right there for me. So just get that right there. I got to make sure I put this on here straight. And I did a pretty little open there. All right, hold that right there. All right, you can go ahead and relax, Gilbert. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 7 putts from this silver dot to that hole. Okay. I don't care if you make the putt. I don't care if you miss the putt. Just try to give me the same stroke 7 times.
Okay.
Then we're going to go through a slideshow and talk about everything.
Sounds great.
We just did 7 putts. So let's talk about what you're seeing. So your putt line, this top of this page right here, you have your path top view. You're pretty straight back. You have a moderate arc. Everybody has some type of arc in their stroke. Moderate, slight, none. I have fit many players who say that they're straight back, straight through, and they're not. I don't want you necessarily to have to be perfectly straight back, straight through. I want you on the same plane every single time. Yeah. So let's talk about this here. Arc of path in motion, very moderate. Now, at impact, you're 0.9 degrees open. Now, I think that's a little bit of you've kind of compensated for your historical miss to the left, and you've started to kind of manufacture that and get that perfect for you.
Yeah.
Now, recommends a mallet. So you already have a mallet in your hands. You have that Cleveland. So that's already good. We've already got step one and part of the process already perfect for you. So let's go to the next page. Recommends a putter that is 30 to 45 degrees toe hang for you. Now, let's talk about that here. So what you have right now is a face balance putter. What's happening is that putter is just not closing enough for you. So you need something that's going to close a little bit more and get that square at impact. So what we're looking for is a putter. So right now, you have a putter that is like this. It's face balance. You have your heel and your toe of your putter, and it faces towards the sky. It's all about how the putter is designed. So this Scotty right here has a brother that is very similar to it. The head shape's the same, looks the same. The difference is it has the right amount of toe hang on it, all because of how the neck goes into the putter. This is the type of putter you need. You something a little bit more toe hang. While you don't necessarily putt bad with your current putter, we just need something closer to this right here. So that's what we're going to try to figure out first. That's why you're missing your putts? Let's get it better now. Now let's talk about aim. Kind of what we talked about earlier. You've been opening your club face up. So your aim is 1.2 degrees open at address. At impact, you're 0.9 degrees open. So you're closing your putter 0.3 degrees at impact. So we got to get something a little bit better. You might need to review the aiming lines or the scoring lines, everything on that, so we can kind of maybe get something a little bit better for you. Everybody sees some things differently, especially when it comes to putter. It's very familiar to when everybody was arguing about a couple years ago about that dress. Is it black and blue or is it white and gold? Yeah. Everybody saw something different. None of us was right or wrong. It's just how our brain works. So certain sight lines will work better for you, or they'll work better for me. That's what we got to find out today. Now, lengthwise. When you were standing over the ball, your eyes are directly over that. I'm very comfortable. As you can see, you have three different things here. Michelle, we won a US Open putting like this. She's a major winner. I'm not going to knock it. Yep. She's hurt her back since then. That could be a cause of that. I've seen guys putt lights out like this and still make putts. In a perfect world, what I want you is eyes over the ball, shoulders lined up with the tips of your toes. So you look like that. Now, I always ask this question. Does it feel comfortable setting up?
Yes, I feel comfortable.
Okay. Have you ever had any lingering back problems or anything like that?
Here and there, yeah.
Okay. Do you ever find that towards the end of the round that your back's just getting tight from putting? Not necessarily you playing golf, but putting.
I wouldn't say from putting, I would say from me playing golf.
Just the tiredness throughout the round.
Yeah.
So, to me, I don't think you need to change the length of your putter. If you feel comfortable, obviously if you were to go practice for 2-3 hours putting, your back's gonna be a little tight.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to change your putter length there. Now, most important slide on here. Your loft of your putter right now is 2 degrees. You need a 2-degree loft putter. You add a little bit of loft coming through, so I don't really need to get this putter better. I think your speed control should be very good, assuming that you're playing on the same type of speed greens. Obviously, if you go to somewhere that plays a lot faster or somewhere that's slower, it might take a little learning curve to adjust to that, but your speed of your putter is very, very well. Now, I did notice this from standing behind you. That toe's up in the air just a little bit. I want that to get that down just a little bit, and the lie angle is just a hair off, just a degree. So what I'm gonna do is before you leave today, I'm gonna bend this to make your putter better. So you walk out the door, playing better golf with that putter. But we gotta find something that's a little bit better for you. Overall, recommends a normal size grip. Now, you don't have a ton of rotation, so if you like that grip, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that grip.
Yeah, so if you like that grip, I wouldn't necessarily change anything there. What I do want to get better is that overall consistency. We got to get that a little bit higher. So if we get that higher, maybe with the heavier putter, the right toe hang, you're going to be playing better golf. So now first things first, let's change your Cleveland putter currently, get the right lie angle on it, roll some putts, it's going to feel a little bit better, and let's try out some different things. This next part, when you're trying different heads out, look, feel, anything. Dislike you like, let me know.
Yeah, okay.
Because knowing what we need, I got a putter from every single brand to hand you. So let's try out some different putters.
Sounds great.
All right. So I've made the adjustments to yours. Let's roll some more putts. Let's see how how it rolls. Should sit up a little bit nicer to you, and you should be putting better. But we're not going to be putting the best yet because we don't have the right putter in your hands.
Okay.
Yet. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I fixed this putter.
Yeah, you did.
So this right here, this putter is the same as yours, same head shape. The difference is this neck. This has the right toe hang for you now. So if you look at yours and compare them, we have the yeah, let's just do it like this.
Okay.
If you look at the necks are almost about identical here. Head's the same sight line, same head weight. Difference is this right here. So let's roll some putts with that.
All right.
So the next putter we got is the Phantom X from Scotty Cameron. This is actually kind of designed in connection with Justin Thomas. Very similar to his putter, some subtle differences in terms of makeup and how it's made. But this is the new Phantom X. Premium mill, there's no insert like the old one where it has an aluminum. This is all stainless steel with their deep mill face. Let's roll some putts. The next one we're going to try is the White Hot OG. Yes, they brought back the original White Hot insert on the face, thus the OG name. It has this shaft. The OG comes with either the Stroke Lab shaft or the normal steel shaft. Very, very good putter. Very, very soft that you've come to know with an Odyssey putter. Let's roll some putts and let's see how it goes. This is the Odyssey 7S.
7S.
How's that feel?
It feels nice. Feels really nice. This is something I would compare to the Cleveland one that I just tried.
Gotcha. All right, guys. Next one we're gonna try is the BB8 Wide from Bettinardi. Bettinardi makes all their putters in America, in Chicago. We work very close with Bettinardi. We've actually designed a putter with them, the BB1 LN. The cool thing about Bettinardi's is since they're all made in America, they're all made out of one piece and CNC milled. A little bit heavier on usually on the head weight, but also very, very soft. This putter has their fly mill their fly mill face. It's going to feel very soft and very, very keep the speed very consistent. Let's roll some putts. All right, how's that feel?
So this one feels great. This is probably, I will say, number 2 on my list. I'm still going back to the Cleveland. I still like the way that one
what is
felt.
it about the Cleveland that you like?
The look of it, the way it looks, and the White Hot has the same look. I mean, the same type of thing, but
it's familiar.
It's familiar.
Yeah.
It looks wider. It looks bigger to me, so it makes me feel more confident when I'm putting.
So let's go back to Cleveland. Let's double check it.
All right.
All right. Do one more roll test through it, and then we can kind of make our final decision. Yeah, just handing it right back to you. The stroke you look more confident. The stroke looks more fluid. Like even on a miss hit right there, it's just much better.
Yeah.
I think you have your winner.
Yeah, no, this one feels great.
Cleveland Frontline
Yes.
with the right toe hang. So got the same grip, same model, just with the right toe hang.
All right, so really quick before we finish up, and I want to thank you for hanging out with us throughout this whole video. I know it's a lot of detail, but it's something that I don't want to skip over a ton because I really think it's worth looking into what Club Champion is doing. And I just wanted to basically show you what Gilbert got from his complete putter fitting through the Sam Putt Lab. This kind of gives you an idea on what exactly it is that they do and what you'll receive at home if you were to go through this process after you're done with the process. So we showed you this on the TV screen, so I'm just going to go through it briefly just so you can see. And I will basically slow it down so you can pause it at each screen as needed. And that way, if you want to take a look at what we're looking at. But the first page just showed his initial putting stroke, what he's looking at, if it was closed or open, as we talked about. Second page shows his rotation relative to path. Third page shows how he was aiming at the target. And again, his aim was slightly open in that situation. Fourth was all about his stance and how he stood based upon his stroke and everything that they may need to adjust accordingly based upon how you do things. Fifth, talked about his launch conditions, and when I went through my fitting as well, this is where I found out my putter was doing me a disservice, because the first thing I was doing was smashing that ball into the ground. It was causing the ball to pop up in the air and not roll true to target. So this will help out a ton, and also shows you what they recommend for your loft as well if you were to go through that process on the putter. Also your lie angle, and this is another really, really important part. If you weren't to do anything else other than just adjust your lie angle with your putter, I think that's going to make a world of difference and help me as well when I went through my process. So if you're addressing the ball with your toe really up or your toe really down, this is going to affect how you roll that putt basically. So on Gilbert's, his recommended lie was 71, so they went ahead and bent it for him for his swing type. On mine, I was more like a 67, so it was the complete opposite. So my toe was up in the air as well. So just kind of talked a little bit about what they recommend, and he looked at it. He definitely went behind him and eyeballed it as well to make sure that it was setting up properly. And as he saw, Gilbert went from missing probably 5 or 6 putts to making 5 or 6 putts in a row. So it definitely made a world of difference. And then lastly, as far as what they're recommending for you, once they fit you again for the putter, they're going to take your swing type again to see how it's changed since they've adjusted it to the correct putter from there. And then lastly, it's going to give you what you started with and what your fitted putter specs are. So what he started with, face ballot Elevado putter. What he suggested for him was a mallet with a 45-degree toe hang. And in this particular case, it was just another Elevado putter, which is his favorite, but this time with a different slant neck, which allows it to have that toe hang. And it made a world of difference for Gilbert now that he's gone through this process and got that putter. His putting has been much, much better as a result. And I think you saw just by going through the process, I'm a putter geek by nature. I love the whole putting process and learning about the putting experience and what to expect. So that was really, really cool for me. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I didn't want to cut through too much of that without giving you the details, because I think it's really awesome what they do. And you can go in there and just do a putter fitting as well through Club Champion if that's something that you've never done before. If you've been fitted for every other club in your bag, except for a putter, you owe it to yourself to get that putter fitting done. So we just kind of wanted to walk you guys through that. I hope you enjoyed that part of the process. All right, guys, so we had an awesome time here at Club Champion. I would like to thank Mike and Rod for them helping us out today. We had an excellent time. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it very much. And we're looking forward to obviously showing you all the data that we've shown you and giving you a little more input on it. If you have not gotten fitted before, make sure to check out Club Champion. Check out their website. We'll provide that for you guys down below. And make sure we answer all of your questions. We always appreciate you guys hanging out with us. As always, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Click the bell notification for more info. Until the next time we see you, as always, keep on golfing. Thanks again.